Mega Kangaskhan is pretty well known for being massively overpowered. She's got high, well-rounded stats and a great move pool, but most importantly, she has the ability Parental Bond. Being able to hit twice, even if it's for reduced damage, is crazy. And this is especially true for moves that do more than deal damage, like Power Up Punch giving +2 attack, Bide flinching 51% of the time, and most ridiculously, Seismic Toss doing its full damage on both hits. Mega Kangaskhan is Ubers in both Generation 6 and 7 Smogon Singles, and absolutely dominated Gen 6 VGC, while being pretty great in Gen 7 VGC too after both the Parental Bond nerf and the removal of natural access to Power Up Punch. However, there's one game where Mega Kangaskhan wasn't a top tier Pokemon. In fact, she was an underused Pokemon, and in many players' opinions, she wasn't even the best Mega Evolution available in that tier. But before I go any further, I'd like to once again say thanks for the support. We managed to break past 500 subscribers recently, which is absolutely insane considering this channel is only about a month old. I'm starting a new job tomorrow, but I don't plan to slow down on the uploads, so if you'd consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, it'd really help make these videos worth the effort I put in. Also, what's your favourite Mega Evolution and why? I've got a soft spot for Mega Beedrill. I just think it looks really badass and I love how it plays. Anyway, let's get back to the video. As previously stated, Parental Bond is what makes Mega Kangaskhan stand out. Sure, her stats and coverage are good, but they aren't anything insane by Mega Evolution standards, and her pure normal typing isn't really all that impressive offensively or defensively either. Parental Bond's damage boost, as well as synergy with moves like Seismic Toss and Power Up Punch, are really what give Kang her overbearing presence. Without removing almost every move that benefits from Parental Bond, it's hard to imagine how Mega Kangaskhan could ever really be bad without removing her ability entirely. Of course, that's exactly what happens in Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee. In Let's Go, there are no abilities. This nerfs most Pokemon, of course, but the amount it matters varies heavily from Pokemon to Pokemon. Mew, for example, is almost certainly buffed by the removal of abilities. Several things that could threaten it with their abilities are no longer able to, and losing Synchronize is basically negligible. Melmetal with Iron Fist is a pretty scary thought, but it also enjoys its defensive capabilities being enhanced by other Pokemon not having their abilities, so it roughly evens out. For Kangaskhan, however, it's absolutely devastating. Gone are the absolutely broken Seismic Tosses, the increased secondary effect chances, double boosting with Power Up Punch, and the general power increase to every single attack it uses. Heck, she doesn't even have boosting options in Let's Go anyway outside of Rage, and I don't think I need to explain why that's not an ideal choice. But still, Mega Kangaskhan's suffering doesn't even end there. It might still be alright if she was simply left without her ability or ability to boost. She's a bulky, decently fast, fairly strong Pokemon with strong stab moves, backed up by great coverage moves. Unfortunately, it seems that Game Freak were feeling especially cruel when they decided on Mega Kangaskhan's move pool. Despite both Body Slam and Double Edge being in the game, Kangaskhan learns neither. I really can't fathom why, but it's the final nail in Kangaskhan's pretty funny coffin. Her best normal stab move is Facade, which is just ridiculous. Unless Kang manages to get statused, Facade with its stab multiplier is barely stronger than Earthquake and roughly as strong as Return would be without any stab at all. In addition, as it's a normal type move, it can never hit anything for super effective damage to make up for this lacking power. Still, Mega Kangaskhan isn't a bad Pokemon. She's fairly fast, bulky and strong, she packs fairly strong priority, she has potent super effective coverage, and her Facade can become really deadly if she gets statused. The issue is that the other Mega Evolutions are good Pokemon too, and outclass Mega Kang in almost every regard. Sure, you could try and wall break with Kang, but she'll face a lot more problems breaking through the opposing defenses than something like Mega Blastoise or Mega Aerodactyl, especially as Blastoise packs priority in Aqua Jet and Aerodactyl doesn't need it as it outspeeds everything. You could try and use her as a tank, but you'd usually be better off with something like Mega Venusaur or Mega Gyarados, as their defensive typing is actually useful for forming cores. To put it simply, Mega Kangaskhan is a jack of all trades, mistress of none, and as such there isn't any real reason to use her. A lot of the footage in this video is of old tournaments, as these days Kang players have mostly switched to Mega Blastoise and seen far better results. Luckily, Underused is kinder to Kangaskhan. The tier is only home to 5 Mega Evolutions, those being Kang itself, Slowbro, Pidgeot, Pinsir, and Charizard Y. Actually, Mega Charizard Y is really bad, so let's just say 4. This is immediately good news, as Kang has fewer competitors, and they're also substantially weaker than the competitors she faces in Overused. Underused is an extremely offense-heavy tier with very few Pokemon that have recovery or the bulk to use it, which makes Mega Kangaskhan's strong priority moves very valuable. The much frailer environment also means Mega Kang doesn't mind her lack of a strong stab move too much, with Earthquake and the Elemental Punches providing great coverage across most opponents. In fact, it's not uncommon to see Kang drop Facade entirely in order to pack more coverage in priority moves. Of course, Kang's great natural bulk stands out in the tier 2, letting her trade blows with almost anything quite comfortably. She's not even the best Mega Evolution, but she's definitely a respectable high tier Pokemon and an absolute blast to use. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about Let's Go or try out the tier, come join the Let's Go Discord, links in the description. See ya!